Guys, it's happening. This is not a drill, and it's not speculation. The XRP November breakout has officially begun. The signs are there, the reversal structure is forming, and the move we've been preparing for is now unfolding in real time. If you stayed patient, if you didn't panic during the dip, if you trusted the setup and not the emotions, then you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Before we go further, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I share is research, analysis, and my personal perspective. You make your own decisions. Here's what most people don't understand. Every single year around the Ripple Swell Conference, XRP follows the same exact pattern. The hype builds up ahead of the event, price rises, retail gets excited, and then when swell begins, the price dips. Every time, the same people scream manipulation, disappointment, or failure, but anyone who has actually studied XRP's behavior knows what this really is. It's the shakeout, it's the clearing of liquidity, it's the moment where weak hands hand their positions to stronger hands. The pullback is not the end of the trend, it's the setup for the trend. This year played out perfectly again. The dip came right on schedule. Liquidity was swept down into the $2 zone, shorts loaded in, and bigger players absorbed everything. No panic, no hesitation. That's what accumulation looks like. It's quiet, it's controlled, it's intentional. And now the reversal is forming. Higher lows, stronger volume, momentum flipping. The market is shifting from distribution into accumulation and from accumulation into expansion. But the real story here isn't just price action, it's timing. Bitcoin dominance is peaking, Ethereum is slowing down. Liquidity always rotates from leaders into undervalued assets. And XRP is still the single most undervalued large cap asset in the market. Not based on hopium, but based on utility, infrastructure, regulatory positioning, and demand mechanics. Smart money accumulates during boredom. Smart money buys during silence. Smart money enters before the headlines, not after them. Right now, you're early in the phase where the crowd is distracted and uncertain. Most retail investors won't touch XRP until it breaks well above $3. They'll come rushing in when the mainstream finally starts talking about the XRP comeback. But by then, the positioning will already be done. The real advantage is being here now, while things still look slow, while doubt is still loud, while the market is still trying to convince you to hesitate. This moment isn't about hype. It's about structure, it's about patience, it's about understanding cycles and recognizing the setup that repeats year after year. The breakout has begun, the pivot has already happened, and the move that follows is where the real expansion takes place. Stay focused, stay calm, because what's unfolding now is exactly what we prepared for. Right now, XRP is doing exactly what a breakout looks like before it becomes obvious. Most people only recognize a rally once it's already vertical, once it's already trending on Twitter, once the news headlines start catching up. But the smart money sees it here, in the shift in trend strength, in the change in liquidity behavior, in the reclaiming of levels the market previously rejected. The bounce off the $2 zone wasn't random. That was engineered support. You can see it in the wick strength, the velocity of the reversal, and the way order books thinned instantly on the buy side. That's what happens when dormant demand wakes up. From here, the first real magnet in this move sits in the $3.40 to $3.60 region. That's the last major supply wall, where the market previously paused and reversed. And once that level is tested again with momentum, it doesn't hold on the second attempt. It breaks. If volume steps in like it did during the last November expansion phase, that breakout sends XRP into the $4 zone, where the next resistance cluster sits. But here's the part people don't see until it's too late. Once XRP clears that range, the chart flips from reactionary trading to discovery mode. And discovery mode is where altcoins move fast, irrationally, violently. The type of moves people call pumps. But they're not pumps, they're revaluations. This is how XRP has always moved. Long periods of compression, weeks of boredom, months of disbelief, and then in one window, sometimes 1 week, everything changes. Price doesn't walk up, it leaps, it gaps, it reprices to where the market should have valued it in the first place. And the emotional whiplash is going to be insane. The same people who called XRP slow, suppressed, dead, or forgotten will be the ones screaming, "I knew it," after the breakout is already half complete. That's how markets work. The patient gets paid, the impulsive get replaced. Look at the Bitcoin dominance chart right now. It is literally starting to roll over. That is the rotation trigger. When dominance peaks, capital flows down the chain. First into Ethereum, then into mid-caps, then into utility assets. XRP is sitting in the perfect pocket for that rotation. Not overbought, not overheated, not chased, perfectly coiled. And the psychology right now is exactly where it needs to be. The boredom phase just ended. Sentiment is skeptical but not bearish. Social engagement is rising but not euphoric. That's the ignition zone, not the end, the beginning. This is where positioning matters most. If you're already holding spot, good. Do nothing. Let this play out. Your job now is patience, not reaction. If you're looking to trade the move, understand that the momentum legs will come in waves. And if you're waiting for the perfect entry, you already missed it. The market doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards presence. The November breakout is here. It's developing right now. And the ones who stay locked in, calm, and focused, they're the ones who don't just watch the move happen. They benefit from it. And now we get to the part that most people never prepare for, the part where the market tests your mindset, not your chart skills. Because the move that's unfolding right now isn't just a price move, it's a psychological filter. Every bull cycle has one. It's the moment where the market rewards the patient, the disciplined, the ones who didn't fold when it felt slow and quiet. This breakout isn't happening in isolation. It's coming after months of disbelief, boredom, and frustration by design. That's how accumulation works. The market wears people down so that by the time the move begins, only the few who stayed grounded are positioned to benefit. And when that lift begins to steepen, when the candles get longer, when liquidity starts chasing the move instead of suppressing it, that's when everything changes fast. You're going to see panic buyers. You're going to see influencers who disappeared suddenly showing back up, predicting $10 targets like they always believed. You're going to see people who mocked XRP become experts overnight. Let them. That's noise. Your advantage is that you were already here before that noise started. And the key now is not to lose that advantage by getting emotional when the candles turn green. Because the biggest risk when you're already positioned is impatience. Don't FOMO into leverage. Don't try to outguess the chart. Don't abandon a winning position because the move takes longer than your feelings want it to. This is where grown men get shaken out by their own adrenaline. Don't let that be you. The truth is simple. The November breakout has begun because the market structure, macro positioning, and liquidity rotation all aligned at the same moment. This isn't hype. This is timing. And timing is everything in crypto. If you're holding spot, breathe. You did the hard part already. If you're scaling in, do it methodically, not emotionally. And if you're just waking up to what's happening, don't chase spikes. Let the market breathe and position with intention. But whatever you do, do not let doubt take the wheel right now. This phase is where conviction pays. XRP has been underestimated, mispriced, and ignored for longer than almost any major digital asset with real utility. When something that valuable revalues, it does not do it slowly, it does it violently. And when the charts start moving the way they are built to move, there is no time to think, only time to identify opportunity and execute. If you're still here, still focused, still engaged, you're already ahead of nearly the entire market. And I want to see exactly who stayed disciplined through the noise. So drop a comment below with one word so I know who made it through the boring phase. Ascent. The ones who comment that word are the ones who are ready for what comes next. Hit like. Subscribe to Matrix Millionaire if you haven't. Stay sharp, stay focused. The breakout is not coming. It has begun.